Welcome back to our webinars on how to use the Market Maker trading system. In this module we're going to talk a little bit more about how to use the client position keeping screen. In the top left hand corner of Market Maker you'll notice this little white circle with the blue suitcase. The client position keeping screen will show us the total equity we currently have in our account in real time, the amount of margin we currently have tied up securing any live positions, and the amount of free equity that we currently have left to trade with. Now, the total equity balance you'll notice is moving. What's happening is that as our positions go up or down in value, so will the amount that sits in our total equity balance. So effectively, if we closed out of all our trades at this point in time, we would be left with £9,210. Total margin, well, it's currently sitting at £295. So straight away, we know that that's greater than zero, so we know we have live positions currently within the system. Alright, so how do we go about figuring out what they are? Well, firstly, you'll notice a couple of tabs down the bottom. Your first tab is cash position. Now, underneath cash position, you'll notice a couple of currencies. This account is base currency of pounds. So you'll notice the first currency is pounds, or GBP. The amount of money that we currently have is roughly £9,364. And then the reval rate. As the base currency is pounds, then the reval rate will always be 1 for your currency. But we also have a currency there of US dollars. Now, what actually happens is that when we transact a trade in a financial instrument outside of the UK, we will transact it in the local currency. So for example, if we traded on Google, we would have been trading in US dollars. What happens within the system is we will automatically transfer your pounds into US dollars to take out that trade. When we close out that trade, any profit or loss is realized in that foreign currency and will sit within our cash positions tab. So you'll notice here we have US dollars with a negative amount of 151 US dollars. If we reval that rate at the current US dollar versus pound of 1.47, we give an equivalent value of pounds of roughly negative 102 pounds. If you add up all of your particular currencies, it will give you a total figure there of £9,262. Okay, and that's in positive. Okay, so let's have a look at a couple of the other tabs that are located to the right hand. Well, if you have a look at the CFD positions tab, you'll notice we currently have a couple of trades that are operating in the system. The first one you'll notice at the top is the UK 100, or the FTSE. It will then go through the type, so the currency is pounds, and then tell you whether or not you're long or short on that particular instrument, and the quantity that you're long or short. The value box, well, the value box is showing you the total exposure you currently have taken out in the marketplace. Because we're going short at 5 CFD contracts at roughly 4,277, it comes out at a value of around about 21,379. Again, because our base currency is pounds, the reval rate will be 1. So the next column will give us today's profit or loss. And this isn't a position accumulated profit or loss, this is just the profit or loss that you've made on that instrument for today's trading. The next column will show us how much money we currently have tied up as margin to secure this trade, and then the effective margin of 0.5% next to that. We also have a US crude oil June contract, and now that is based in US dollars. We are long at 2 CFD contracts, and the current reval rate is 1.4786, which gives us a total profit or loss for the day of £5.41. Again, it will show us the margin requirement and the effective percentage margin that we've got tied up in this trade. The next column shows us any spot or forward FX positions we have open. And under this tab, you'll notice that we have a couple. We've got one there for pound versus the US dollar, showing us the amount that we've bought it at. So we've bought £10,000 and sold 14,812 US dollars. So an average of 1.4812. It'll then show us the current mid-market price of 1.4786, and then the reval rate to get us back into pounds as a total profit or loss on this trade for the day. Again, it will show us the percentage margin, and then the margin in the base currency, and then the margin in the secondary currency. Below that we have XAU, which is the stock code gold. We're short at 20 CFD contracts which is currently giving us a profit or loss of negative £18. Okay, the sum at the bottom there, that little yellow number, is just the sum of all these positions accumulated to give us a loss of £36.51. Alright, so as you continually add to your positions will go into either the CFD positions tab, if it's, for example, an indice, an equity, etc. If it's a spot or a forward rate position, it will go under this tab here, such as gold or any foreign currency pairs. Alright, well, I hope this has helped you understand the client position keeping screen a little more. If you've got any further questions, please refer to the other webinars within this section or call the client help desk. Okay, thanks very much for listening.